Hello YouTube, my name is Elizabeth, and as you know, this is Book Babble. Today I'm going to be doing my weekly wrap-up for the third week of April? Is it the fourth week of April? I have no idea. Me and reading have been at ends with each other this week, and pretty much this whole month. I cut all my hair off, guys. It's getting summer and it's hot and I was just not with it anymore, so I decided to lop it all off, but I love it. I've read a couple of books this week, and the books that I did read I loved, but I didn't read all that much. My husband got me re-obsessed with a video game, and I just want to play it non-stop, so I've been forcing myself to read, which I enjoy reading, I love reading, I want to read all the time, but me and video games, if I find one that I really like, I will just get obsessed and I will not want to ever stop playing. So I'll read for like 2 hours and tell myself, okay, if I read for 2 hours, then I can play my video game for an hour, and that's what I've basically been doing all week to get all of these books read. But let's just get started. The first book that I finished reading was Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson, and this was amazing. I don't know, like, it's just so good. It is a pre-Peter Pan kind of story, and so it is technically in the universe of fairy tale retellings, because it is definitely different than the Peter Pan story that you and I know and love, but it's told in the perspective of Tinkerbell, and I just think that's really cool because it's before Peter Pan was really aware of Tinkerbell's presence and kind of like how he became her friend, but it's more about Peter Pan and Tiger Lily, mostly about Tiger Lily. Tiger Lily is our main character in this story, and it's just basically Tinkerbell is our narrator, and it's just so cool to see her perspective of things. And in this version of the story, fairies can basically like sense people's thoughts, kind of, not like a reading minds type of thing, but kind of sense their inner thoughts and what they're feeling and stuff. So I thought that was really cool because it's like being omniscient, but only to the people that she is directly around. I'm not sure, but it was a really cool way to put the story. And then the ending was just perfect. It was, I just, tugged at all of my heartstrings, and I loved it so much. This is amazing. If you're a fan of fairy tale retellings, this book is relatively short. It's right at 300 pages. Well, no, it's like 280 something pages, and I consider that, you know, relatively short book for a fairy tale retelling or a fantasy, this would be in the realm of fantasy. But I really loved it. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. There were a couple things that I did have problems with, but they were so minimal, and I love this book so much. You guys should definitely go out and read it. Next, I decided to finally read A Tyranny of Petticoats. This is edited by Jessica Spotswood. If you saw my reading wrap-up for last week, you know that I picked this up for a minute, and then I think I read like half of one story and then put it down, and I decided that I would pick it up later. Well, I'm so glad that I decided to pick it up this week. This is basically a historical fiction, but it's 15 different historical fictions, all set in the United States. So it really tracks our history as a country, and I love that. It is chronological, so each story, like the first story is set in what year? 1710, and then, you know, the stories go on from there chronologically, and each one's different, and it's written by so many great authors, including Marie Lu, Beth Revis, Marissa Meyer, I think, yeah, Leslie Walton, who wrote that one book that I love that I can't think of the name of right now. I think it had the feather on the front. I don't remember, but anyway, it was so good. I'll put the name like here or something. But some of these authors were amazing, and I just loved this book so much. I'm trying to think my favorite. I think my favorite was Bonnie and Clyde, which was written by Sandra Mitchell, who I was not familiar with her. And then unfortunately, the thing that I was super bummed about is Marissa Meyer's story in here. She's my favorite author. Marissa Meyer's story was one of my least favorites. The ending was a lot better than like the beginning and the middle, but it was definitely down there on the list. I was super bummed about that because that's probably one of the only reasons why I picked this book up, because it had a story by Marissa Meyer in it, but it was still really good. Something that I truly loved about this selection of stories, it is so diverse. I mean, the United States was born out of diversity and basically being a melting pot or a tossed salad, depending on which historian you asked. And it's just so interesting to see all of the different, you know, ethnicities, and there are characters who are gay in this, and it was such an enjoyable read. And I love reading books that are collections of short stories because I feel like you get through them so quickly, and this is just really, really great. I gave it a 4 to 5 stars. There were 1 or 2 stories, like I said, that I didn't enjoy, but for the most part, they were amazing. Now, because I am way behind on my Goodreads reading challenge, I decided to pick up a couple graphic novels. So I reread Saga Volume 1, 2, and 3, and I do not usually do rereads, but the 6th volume is coming out, and I had completely forgotten what happened. I read all of these in 2014, like the end of 2014, so it's been 2 years, 1.5 years since I've read these, and I just had completely forgotten everything that happened. So I really wanted to refresh myself, and I've remembered, like, reading them. I've obviously gotten reacquainted with the characters, and I remember why I love this so much. I gave the first one 5 out of 5 stars, definitely my favorite. My original ratings is I gave all 4 of them a 5 out of 5 stars. The second one I gave a 4 out of 5 stars, and then the third one I gave a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Definitely not my favorite. I am going to pick up, now this I'm getting into what I'm reading next this week. I am going to pick up Saga Volume 4 next, and I remember really liking this one. It reignited my love for the series, and I'm just really excited. I'm expecting to give this one either a 4 or a 5 out of 5 stars because I just remembered really liking this one. So I'll get to this next probably by the end of the day. And then next I am absolutely needing to read The Looking Glass Wars by Frank Bador. This is our Once Upon a Read Along book of the month, and our live show is going to be May 8th, I believe, the second Sunday of the month. I think the first Sunday is on the, or the first Sunday, I think the first Sunday is on the 1st, and so the second is on the 8th. And I'm just super excited. It is always on my channel, always on a Sunday. So this time it's going to be the second Sunday of the month, and it is always at 6 o'clock. So definitely keep that in mind for you guys if you are looking for something to do on a Sunday night. I'm really excited about this. I've only read a couple pages, like literally I think I'm on like page 4 or 5 or something, but I really like how the story is going and where I think the plot is headed for this so far. Obviously, I can't say much about the plot because I'm nowhere near into it, but I do love the writing style. I love that it has pictures, and well, the map is beautiful, and then there's like, where's that one picture? Oh yeah, like this one, each part has a different picture to it. I just think they're really cool. There was another one that I saw that I liked the best, but I can't find it. Oh, here it is. It's in the beginning. It's in the beginning. It gives like a better look at what like kind of the cards fighting guys look like, and I thought that was like really cool. Or is this like how they transform? Yeah, this looks like how they transform from a card into like a person who can fight. And so I thought that was really neat, and I'm just super excited for where this book is going to turn out. But stay tuned to hear my full thoughts on May 8th at the live show. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys this week. Please let me know down in the comments below what you are reading, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!